Hey everybody, it's Jason. So I'm here with my July Candles by Victoria order. I figured I'd get this video posted since the month is just about done now. And I actually had two orders in July. I did one on the 30th of June and then one on the 6th of July, I believe. Victoria had like a free shipping sale on the 6th, so I placed a small order. So I'm going to divide this and do my candles first, then I'll do scent shots, and hopefully I can fit it all into two parts. So we'll get started with candles. So the first thing that I got here is another one of these little 8-ounce terrines, and I got this one in Perfect Peach and Raspberry Guava, which is one of the combos. And the reason that I got this one is because Pam was raving about this 4-ounce candle that she got in the scent Perfect Peach, and the top part of this is the Raspberry Guava scent, and then the bottom's the peach. So I really wanted to smell that Perfect Peach because it's not anywhere on the drop-down menus on CBV's website or anywhere, even though apparently it's been on there forever. It's just, I can't find it anywhere on the website, so this was the only spot that I could find it. So I mostly just smell the Raspberry Guava right now. I'm really not getting any peach, but I'm really excited to get down into this candle and get to the peach because I've heard amazing things about it. Okay, the next two things that I got here is I picked up two of the comfort candles, and this one I've ordered and ordered again. This is Mama's Peach Cobbler. And let me take the plastic off. And on this, it's super cute. It's got these little rolling pins. It's got these little peach slices. The top layer of this is the Cajun cornbread scent, which is peach preserves and Kim's Country cornbread. And then the bottom part down here is maple butter crunch. And this thing just smells so amazing, and it's so great warm. These comfort candles come double wicked. You can see they've got the two wicks there. I just love these comfort candles. I think the throw is really great on them, and this is my hands down favorite. The second one that I picked up, which I have not tried this one before, this is another one of the comfort candles. And Victoria kind of redesigned these a little bit because they got some different stuff on them. This is Caramel Gingered Apple Crisp. And this one has a little apple in the middle, and then it's got apple slices. You can see it also has the rolling pins and the little chunks of the ginger, I guess is what that's supposed to be. This one's really nice. I can't remember what the scents are. I think the bottom one is like Granny's pie crust or something, and then this top one is some sort of like caramel apple pie type scent. But it's really, really nice. It's a really good apple, and then it's also got a little bit of that ginger, and then that bakery note. So I'm really excited to burn that one since, you know, I haven't had it before. I think it'll be really nice for the fall. Okay, the next thing that I was really excited about for this order, mustard jars came back. And I'd never actually tried a mustard jar before, but there were a couple of the specialty ones that I really wanted to try. And the first one here is the pineapple cherry upside down cake. And this one, and you can see the mustard jars are double wicked. So there's the two wicks on either side. It's got the cherry, it's got pineapple chunks, it's got kind of a whipped wax on the top, it's got more cherries in the middle, and then the bottom layer is the angel food cake. So really, really nice. It's just the pineapple and the cherry mixed together. I'm not really getting much of a bakery note. I think it might be the pineapple punch scent, actually. I'm not really 100% sure. It doesn't really smell like pineapple upside down cake. It's got that cherry and it's got that pineapple. So it's really, really good. It's like a really good summery scent. So that one's really nice. And then the second one that I got here, this I thought would be really, really good for fall. This is the Maple Butter Pumpkin Frap. And this one is overflowing. This is also double wicked. It's got the little pumpkins. It's got mini pumpkins. It's got some like cinnamon on top. And this is the pumpkin frappuccino scent on top, I believe, which is a really nice mixture of like pumpkin and coffee. And then it's got the maple butter in it as well. So this one I think will be really, really great for fall. I'm really excited about it. It's got that whipped wax on the top, so it's really soft. I'm going to have to put this on something because it's going to overflow when I first melt it, but I'm really, really excited for this one for fall. It's really good. So if you like pumpkin and coffee, I definitely would recommend trying out that one. And then the last one that I got And this is one that I've been dying to try, and I could have gotten it in the smaller size, but I don't really like those jars, so I got it in the mustard jar. This is the large chocolate fudge cinnamon sugar cookie surprise. And so this is a layered one, and I think the layers are, okay, first of all, the top of it, if I can get it open here. It's got 3 different layers. The bottom, I believe, is the fudge brownie layer, and then the middle is the sugar cookie, and then the top is cinnamon buns, but it's got little cinnamon crumbles on top. So that's really all I smell, is kind of that cinnamon bun scent. And it's just a really good, like, cinnamon roll without the icing. So it's just like the middle part of like a cinnamon roll. So it's really, really nice, and I cannot wait for that one because I've heard rave reviews about this candle. Okay, the next ones that I have here are the new scents for the month of July. So I'm going to start off with the Club Diva collection line, and the first one is Because of You, which is the Kelly Clarkson one. And this one reminds me of like a soap, I guess, almost like a goat's milk type soap, because it does have that kind of soap base undertone to it. I think it's also got some florals in it. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of like a goat's milk type soap. The next one is the Christina Aguilera one, which is Bound to You. And this one smells similar to the last one, but it smells more like a perfume than a soap. So it's got that cashmere amber stuff in it, which the last one also had. But yeah, this one definitely reminds me more of like what a perfume smells like than the last one. I would say it's kind of similar to maybe like Endless Love, I guess. Kind of similar to that one. The next one is Express Yourself, which is the Madonna fragrance. And this one reminds me a lot of Tuxedo in the Black Label line, mixed with like Earthquake in the Black Label line. Because it's got the spiciness in it that's like an Earthquake, and then it's got the cologne, woody type cologne notes that are in Tuxedo. And then it's got a little bit of floral splashed in. So it's really nice, but this one's more like a cologne than a perfume. The next one is Beyonce. Put a ring on it. And I think this one might be my favorite from the line. It's just a really nice fruity floral. It's really soft floral. I know it has violet in it. And then a few different fruits. I really like Put a Ring on It. It's just really nice, soft fragrance. Next one is Adele, Rollin' in the Deep. And I know Melissa just made a soap in this. I don't know. This one, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Kelly Clarkson one, I guess, but this one's a little bit heavier. Because this one, to me, smells a lot like maybe like a lotion. Yeah, I can't really pick out individual notes in that one. Maybe some grapefruit. But it also, oh, I remember, it has Lily of the Valley in it. That's what I'm smelling. I don't like Lily of the Valley at all. And that's the strongest note in this one, so yeah. Next one is Britney Spears. This is Womanizer. And this one, it's very interesting smelling. It's got peach and pineapple in it, and those two mixed together almost make like a new fruit. Because I get both in it. I think it's also got some floral notes and maybe like a hint of musk. But yeah, I'm mostly getting the peach and pineapple kind of mixed together. So that's an interesting one. And then the last one in that line is Lady Gaga, You and I. And the first thing I get hit with is that tomato leaf scent. And I have been searching for that scent for the longest time, because Victoria used to have a raspberry and tomato leaf scent, but it got discontinued. And then Tuscan Herb smells similar to it, but it's more like a bell pepper. This one has the tomato leaf scent. But it's also got some other fruits in it, and a few florals. This one's definitely, I would say, on the earthy side, but it's like the green earthy side rather than kind of the cologne earthy side. So that one's nice. And then she added 2 just to the regular line. First was Honey Vanilla Love Dust. And this one's really nice. It's chocolate and cocoa butter and honey, I think. I don't really get much honey. It mostly smells to me like if you're about to make no-bake cookies and you mix like cocoa powder with butter. That's what it smells like whenever you're mixing them on the stove. So yeah, it's just like a really buttery chocolate. So that one's really nice. And then the other one is Queen of de-Nile. And I like this one a lot more than when I first got it. It smells very earthy. Like it does have that kind of that water note in it that's in What Goes Around Comes Around. I know that I think Deb and I are the only two that think that water has a smell, but I get that water note that's in What Goes Around Comes Around. But then it also has that kind of raw oatmeal smell to it. So yeah, I like this one a lot more than when I first got it, but it is I would put it definitely in the earthy category. And then the last 2 here are customer creations from the month of July. The first is Sugar Kisses. This is a mixture of raspberry guava and cotton candy. And I love raspberry guava a lot. And that's mostly what I get in here. And then the cotton candy is kind of making it more candy-like than the raspberry guava. Raspberry guava is really like a juicy fruit. This is more like juicy candy. It smells very similar to raspberry banana guava. Kind of like those... what are those things called? Those raspberry mambas that I talked about whenever I talk about raspberry banana guava. Yeah, it smells a lot like that one. And then the last one is a Hunk of Burnin Nuts. This is a creative scent of Elvis and caramelized pralines. And the strongest note that I get in there is the Elvis, which is really funny because caramelized pralines is extremely strong. But I do get that buttery caramel nuttiness from the caramelized pralines as well. But yeah, the banana and the Elvis is like the strongest thing in this. I think the two mix really well. And Elvis is one for me that it takes forever to cure before I can really smell what it's supposed to smell like. This smelled like it straight from the box. So I think that the caramelized pralines did a really good job of like curing the Elvis, like speeding up that course. So Hunk of Burnin Nuts, it's really nice. Okay, the next thing I've got is I got a coffee scent shot sampler, and I'll also include my free scent shot in this one in one of my orders. So the free scent shot I got is Alabama Slama, which is one of the black label ones. And I've talked about this one on here before. This one to me it's the strongest note in it is hickory. And when it's burning, you really get that hickory smell out of there. So it's almost like if you had like a campfire that the wood was all hickory, this would be exactly what it smells like. It does have a little bit of bakery in the background, but that hickory is definitely the predominant note. So that one's a good one if you like kind of earthy scents. And then the coffee scent shots that I got. The first one here is Coffee Bean, and I actually have 2 of these because I ordered one and then it was included in my sampler. And this one, just true to its name, it smells like a bag of coffee beans. So it's really nice. The next one here is Cinnamon Coffee. And this one, it does have that coffee note in it, but it also has kind of like a red hot cinnamon. So I'm interested to see how this one burns. But on cold, it is really, really nice. Next one here is Caramel Latte. And I definitely get the caramel note that's in, like, almost, it's not quite as sweet as the caramel is in caramelized pralines. It's really, really buttery caramel. And that's really the main note that I'm getting. The coffee note's kind of wanting to hide out in the background. I'm sure it'll come out more when it's warm. But yeah, it's a really buttery caramel. Next one here is Caramel Coffee Cake. And this one smells really similar to cinnamon coffee, but the cinnamon just isn't as strong. So it is kind of more like a coffee cake type thing. It does have a little bit of that caramel that's in the other one as well. So that one's kind of a nice blend, almost like a combination of cinnamon coffee and caramel latte. Next one here is Irish cream. And this I think is supposed to smell like Bailey's. But I don't really know what Bailey's smells like. So it's creamy. But this one's kind of hard for me to describe. It doesn't smell like coffee at all. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of creamy. Yeah, it's just kind of like a creamy type scent. It is a little sweet, almost. I wouldn't quite put it up with like buttercream because it's not really buttery, but it's kind of in that same kind of vein. Next is vanilla hazelnut coffee. And a lot of Victoria's vanilla scents before they cure kind of have like this perfume note to them, like marshmallow campfire. And this one definitely has that perfumey note as well, but it's tempered by the nut in it. So this one, it's got that vanilla, it's got the hazelnut, and then the coffee is just kind of there in the background as well. So I think it's a really good blend of the three. Next is vanilla coffee crunch. And this one definitely has that perfumey vanilla, but the vanilla is much stronger in this one than in the last one. So actually, I like this one a little bit more than I think I like the last one. It's just a nice kind of vanilla coffee type smell. And then the last one here is Cafe Au Lait, and I've had this one before. I don't think that I've melted it yet, but this one is just like coffee and cream. So it's kind of got that kind of sharp twang, I guess, from the cream. And then the kind of sweet coffee. So, yep.